Good morning, Prescott Valley. My name is Brenda Dickinson, and I am one of your Prescott Valley Town Council women. We want to welcome this morning Charlie Arnold, who is one of the owners of the WheelHouse, Arizona, and we're going to find out all about what is going on there, what he's been up to, and how the public can get involved. Good morning, Charlie.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're so pleased to have you here with us this morning as well. And I know that there's a lot of curiosity out there about what is going on out there at the WheelHouse. It's been in business, so to speak, for the last, year and a half?
Yep, we started construction at the end of 2021 and opened the doors in June of 22. So almost a year of operating now.
Gosh, so tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved with the WheelHouse, and a little bit about your background.
So I was super fortunate to grow up in Prescott. We moved here full-time in 5th grade, but had been here every summer before that. And I was at a young age, decided I wanted to try hockey out. And so I started playing hockey and had the opportunity to play through college and got my 5th concussion and said, you know what, I think it's time to do something different. And I left the sport. I walked away from it, got my real estate license, got into real estate development, land entitlement, spent my time on the Prescott City Council, boards and commissions and committees and getting involved. And one day, Dean Caressel, who owned the hockey rink in Prescott when I was a kid, ran into me at the grocery store and said, Charlie, we need your help. You need to get involved. We need someone who knows hockey to help coach. And I did my first season of coaching, and then it turned into, hey, can you coach some more teams? And hey, can you get involved in travel hockey? And hey, can you come on the board? And that responsibility grew. And ultimately, that was what spurred on the concept of the WheelHouse, was the need to have an indoor facility that offered things for kids in the Quad Cities. It gives kids a consistent and safe place to go. And we were sitting in Yuma, Arizona, and this idea was put on the back of a napkin. Literally started there about 4 years ago. And through some amazing partnerships with the town and with the community, we now have this tremendous asset for the youth and families of the entire area.
Well, I know we have a video this morning and some slides. So why don't we take a look and see what the WheelHouse is all about?
Absolutely. So one of the really cool things is Security National Mortgage stepped up to help seed this project. We're talking about 60,000 square feet of indoor space on roughly 12 acres of land. No small undertaking. You know, the average house size is like 2,000 square feet. So imagine 50 houses, and that's the square footage that we got to work with. But one of the things that we really focused our time and attention on was not only getting the community involved, but getting the kids involved. So you can see in this slide here that as we were framing under the guidance of our general contractor, we got a lot of our participants involved in the process, teaching them something as simple as how to swing a hammer. Some of these kids didn't have that knowledge. We also had some kids.
Many adults don't either.
That's right. We had several kids too that are really good at math, and we taught them how to shoot grade with lasers and all sorts of things. And so they helped us with the work inside, the painting, the drywall work, installing the floors. Just had a tremendous amount of community support and teaching them some, I think, valuable life lessons and getting them to buy into this facility that really is there for their benefit. And I think it was super positive. So what started as a 60,000 square foot empty horse barn that had sat almost vacant for 10 years, we now have 85% of the inside is done and being used. And outside, we've got the football soccer field, which is going to be completed soon.
Can you explain this? I thought it was one picture, but it's actually two. Can you share with that?
Absolutely, yeah. So the top picture is coming out of our northeast corner, and you can see the 2 inline hockey rinks, which also are used for indoor soccer, for volleyball, for skating, for futsal, for Nerf war. We just hosted Prescott Valley Little League tryouts because of the weather. We were able to help them. We have football teams and soccer teams and baseball teams that come in and utilize the facility, especially when there's inclement weather. One of the things we're really excited about is we are in the final parts of an agreement with Yavapai College to become their inclement weather facility for soccer and things like that. And what's really nice is that part of the commitment from those programs is that those players at that collegiate level are going to be giving back to the kids in the community and helping with clinics and coaching. So we've got some pictures of our wrestling area, our Kids Zone arcade that was sponsored by Chad DeVries in our community. You can see the line of kids ready for baseball tryouts in the bottom right, and then one of the soccer teams that came in and practiced with us before a really big tournament. You know, the fields were closed for a week because of the snow, and they had a big invitational tournament they wanted to practice and get ready for.
So I know you had a ribbon cutting, and you had a big group of people that showed up for the ribbon cutting.
Yes.
And are you going to be having a grand opening now that you have all of these facilities?
Yeah, so this summer we're going to have our big official grand opening. What we'd really like to do is make sure that our outdoor activity park is finalized. So again, that would be the football soccer field, the BMX track, and then our RC racing track, our remote control track. And those are about 60 days away from being finished. So we'd like to have that, and then our basketball program is just now starting, and they're putting in their floor as we speak. So we'd like to have those last few things in place. This summer we'll do a big grand opening, bring the whole community in so that we can share our after school program, our homeschool program that we're going to be offering, and some of the other community activities we're really excited about.
So I was viewing your Facebook page. Somebody's really good about keeping things current on there.
Yes.
And I noticed that you have a few fundraising things going on. Could you share those with us?
Absolutely. So we host several travel teams in different sports. And you'll find I talk a lot about hockey because hockey's my passion, but it's really turned into kids and providing them a place in our community. But our hockey teams are very active. They do fundraisers with local restaurants. They're doing a shoe drive. There's all sorts of different aspects because travel sports is very expensive. And so we want to make sure that we give every kid an opportunity to find ways to offset their fees. And we do the same thing with our membership too, and we can talk about that a little bit later, but those different fundraisers are there to help kids with their fees. And then of course, we also spend a lot of time recognizing our community partners, companies and individuals that have stepped up. We're a 501c3. So we have some organizations that advertise with us and some organizations that just donate. But either way, we recognize those groups. We put them out in social media, on our website, and we want to promote them because they're stepping up to do something great for the kids in the community too.
So how can the general public get involved? And those also that, like myself, are not really inclined to be involved with the sports, but would really like to be supportive.
Absolutely. So if you visit our website, wheelhouseaz.com, there's a contact us page right there. You can send in your contact information. All of our adults, whether they're participants or volunteers, go through a background check. We're really, really big about that. And so we go through that process, and we're starting up a volunteer coordinator. That person, fantastically enough, is a volunteer. But they're going to be coordinating the folks that want to come in and help us. So starting very soon on Fridays, we're going to be opening our doors Friday morning and hosting a homeschool and Chino Valley, because those kids don't have school on Friday, programming throughout the day that then transitions to bring in the kids from Prescott Valley and Prescott that get out of school around 2:33 and then moves into our activity night. So currently we offer soccer, volleyball, and hockey along with cornhole. We're going to be able to expand that into some other sports plus BMX. And so Fridays are going to be really, really busy. And a lot of that is being made possible by volunteers committing their time and coming to be part of what we're doing.
At one time, you were also considering a dance studio to
Yes.
be involved?
Yeah, and I would be remiss not to mention the Dance Project North. They're in the northeast corner of the building. It's two really nice sized dance rooms with elevated rubberized floor. Ree has done an amazing job there, and it's been a great partnership with us. We get a lot of crossover from the families. We've got some kids that want to dance and other siblings that want to do sports and vice versa. And you can come out Monday through Friday and you find that our parking lot is getting fuller every week as more and more kids and more families are getting involved in the activities that we have.
Share again, who is the person that's teaching and owns the business?
Yep, Ree Adams runs the Dance Project North component of the WheelHouse. She's been in the dance industry for a very long time and has a really great group of folks that help teach, some good volunteers that are involved. And what's fantastic to see is, this is a high-level dance studio that provides entry-level dance all the way to very sophisticated. And you can find them on our social media link as well and find out more about what's happening with the Dance Project North.
So what age groups are we talking about with all these different activities?
Yep, so our youngest hockey player is 5. Our oldest participant is in their mid-70s.
Oh my.
So, I mean, it's a really big spectrum of ages. Some sports like boxing have limitations. And, I like to talk about boxing because everyone always thinks, oh, I'm going to get punched in the face. But we actually have a Fit for Boxing. It's a fitness program where you learn the fundamentals of boxing. You learn how to do it properly, but you're not sparring. You're not actually hitting somebody else. It's really good for weight loss, for hand-eye coordination, for agility. It's a great program. And we're seeing 4 to 5 new signups every single week now, folks that are joining the beginner boxing class. But we also have sophisticated boxing. So right now, the age cutoff is 12 and above. We are going to be adding a youth component sometime in this summer where we'll go down to age 8, which is the lowest age that you can do boxing under USA Boxing. So that's another important thing too, is we have an amateur athletic union sanction for a majority of our sports, but then we are a sanctioned USA Boxing club and a sanctioned USA BMX club, which provides specific insurance and training and all sorts of different things and benefits to the participants of our programs. But it also adds more for what we can do as an organization for the community.
So as far as membership, how does that work with the various groups?
Certainly. So we operate, of the current 10 sports, we operate 7 of them. And so if you come in to the facility, you can buy a monthly membership. It's about $1.80 a day to be a member. It's roughly $55. And you can participate in all of the sports that we offer. Things like football, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes is running the football club in partnership with us. I don't know anything about football. It's not my thing, but they're really good at it. And so they're helping with field development, field maintenance, and then they're focusing their time and attention on developing the kids. And in that situation, you sign up for the season through them and you pay the season-only fee. If you want to play hockey, you can either be a member or you can sign up just to play the season. We also offer drop-in opportunities. So we have drop-in volleyball 5 days a week. For $5, you can come in and jump into the volleyball games that we have going on in our Mingus Mountain Law Firm field or court that's there. And that's roughly 2.5 to 3 hours each night for $5.
So before we go any further, I know we have a video that you'd like to share with us. So
yeah,
let's start with that.
Perfect.
And let's see if, here it goes.
Yeah, so what's really exciting about the video is it gives you a great idea of what this 60,000 square foot building entails. So right now we're coming in the main entry. We just passed the pro shop and study hall. We have 8 locker rooms. On the left-hand side there, you're seeing the boards of the first indoor multi-purpose rink. And pretty quick here, we're going to fly into the Mingus Law Firm volleyball court. This court can also be used for dodgeball, kickball, pickleball. We have our cornhole. And now we're going to head into the Alliance Home Improvement rink here. And just to give you an idea, I mean, this floor, it's made of sport court. It's a plastic floor. It's a little over 11,000 square feet of space. So you can do a lot there. You can do small area drills with soccer. Again, we were doing batting, fielding, throwing, practice with the baseball teams. This is our Pioneer title rink, a little bit smaller, and we do a lot of our upfront activity. A lot of soccer happens on this rink here. And then next we're going to see the Grind Boxing Gym, which originally was in Prescott, and Coach Yarrick reached out and said, you know, Charlie, I really want to coach, but I don't want to have to do all the back end stuff anymore. And so in partnership with him, he donated his facilities to us. We were able to go acquire a championship boxing ring at a great price out of a gym in Nevada that was closing. And we've been adding to our workout facilities. And so we've got our weight room area and our future basketball area, which we'll see again here in a minute before we head to the outside of the building. So this area, dance studios on the left, we're putting a half basketball court right here and then a full basketball court right behind where the drone started this segment. And we've added some additional workout equipment. Our wrestling mat is now installed, and just gives you an idea of the scope and scale of this facility. Right here is our BMX track. This is the second largest track in Arizona, and we just recently got the gate installed. And as mentioned, middle of April, we'll be hosting our first points race. This is, again, another situation, though, where you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can come out and pay the practice fee, which is $5 for a day, or you can buy a punch card. And if you don't have a BMX bike, that's okay. Prescott Auto Body purchased a fleet of BMX bikes that you can check out and go utilize. So if you don't have the ability financially, we find a way to get you participating. We have some kids that live adjacent to us in the RV park. We trade it out. We cover their membership in exchange for them committing some time and effort into helping maintain the BMX track and things of that nature. We have a scholarship fund.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, so the scholarship fund was seeded by the Arizona Community Foundation. And if a child is on free or reduced school lunch, it's the easiest way for us to identify that need. We do partial to full scholarships. We really don't believe in handouts. We're more of a hand up type organization. So we work with that family, we work with those kids, and we find ways that they can get invested by maybe committing some time and effort into our facility in exchange for being able to help us out. We give them every opportunity. We do free clinics. We have a free Try Hockey coming up that is completely sponsored. It costs nothing. One of the local hockey stores in the state here is providing us with extra equipment. We have 33 kids that are coming to try hockey for the first time, and their parents don't have to spend any money to see if their kids like it. And if their kids do like it, then they're able to sign up for the season, and they can pay for it monthly. They can pay for the season as a whole. And again, we have a scholarship available. And I tell you that right now we're in that range of about 35 kids that are receiving some level of scholarship with us.
Okay.
But we make that available because we want every kid to have every opportunity, regardless of financial ability.
So it turns out to be a very positive experience for the littles as well as the adults who are actually sponsoring, and they get that satisfaction. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the nice things that we see is the older kids that have been working with us through construction and operation, but were part of our earlier hockey program, they're coming in and volunteering their time to teach the younger kids. They're showing up and saying, hey, coach, what can I do to help? You know, do you want me to come to one of the extra practices and work with the kids on defense or offense? Or, you know, do you need help during a big event? What is it we can do? Our BMX track committee is all former pro racers who want to give back. They love the sport. They want to give kids the opportunities that they were afforded. And so they're doing everything possible to make that a reality. And it's great. It's amazing to see.
something that I was thinking while you were talking here was, how do these kids get fed?
Yep. So we do have a concession stand. Right now it's packaged food. We're finishing up our full-blown concession area, going through the last couple inspections and things that need to happen with that. So we do have food options that are available, and we are working on a food program. So we know, and especially from my time when I was with the Chino Chamber, there's a lot of homelessness in our communities that most of us don't see. There's a lot of kids whose families live in a car, live in the forest, and the only meals that they're receiving are the ones at school.
Right.
And so we are putting together a food program where only 2 of us in our organization will even know who the kids are, and they will be able to come to the concession stand and receive third meal with us, essentially. And it's not junk food, it's trying to balance that out, but we really feel like that's an important component. And then we're tying transportation into it. We just recently had a bus donated to the organization so that we can increase access. And then we're working with Humboldt Unified School District for next school year to look at moving the existing bus stop a couple hundred yards from where it is to the east. And that would allow kids to be able to bus to the WheelHouse and participate in the activities while maybe mom and dad or grandma or grandpa are at work, and then get picked up later on in the evening.
Well, this has just been wonderful, all this information and all that you have contributed with your dreams and your aspirations, and I can tell that you're very enthused and involved, and it is exciting to see what is going on there from what we saw a couple years ago to what it's become. And we're sort of at the end of our program, but we need a little bit of contact information, how
Absolutely.
people can get a hold of you if they have questions.
Yeah, and again, I appreciate the opportunity to share this information. I think it's important to note none of our directors are paid, so we volunteer all of our time into this organization. You can go to wheelhouseaz.com, and if you would like to support the WheelHouse, that's easy too. It's supportthewheelhouse.com. We're on social media at WheelHouseAZ, that's our handle, and we've got that really nice logo that's silver and blue, so it's really easy to find us. We're located right next to Arizona Downs off Highway 89A. You can't miss the 6-foot tall sign at the road or the 30-foot long sign on the side of the building. We are there 6 days a week currently with programming. You can find our schedule on our website. Feel free, come out, take a tour, check out what we're doing, and see how you can get involved.
Is there a phone number?
There is. It's on our website. It's an 833 number, and of course I'm going to space on the last couple of digits. But if you visit our website or Google us as well, WheelHouse Sports Complex, it's there, and it'll take you to a menu. You can choose where you want to go. Leave a message, send an email, hit us up on social media. We'll get back to you. And we're just super excited. Every day we're seeing new kids and families stepping into the facility, and I expect to see that continue to grow as we bring more and more of our projects online.
Well, thank you again so very, very much, Charlie, for coming today and for sharing with us this exciting opportunity for our community to be involved, whether we're little or older. It's an exciting time in our current town of Prescott Valley. We're growing leaps and bounds, and this is one of those areas that we've really had to address. And so we want to thank our viewers today, and we want to thank them for participating and being involved with our council chat, and we wish you a very good day.